Çok değerli Almanya'nın büyükelçisi. Öncelikle kendilerine hoş geldiniz diyorum. Bizim üniversitemizi 2 defa şereflendirdiler. Geçen yaz Almanya'ya gelen 15 öğrencimizle beraber yaz okulu açmıştık. Bizleri yalnız bırakmadılar. Kendi öğrencilerini ziyaret ettiler. Biz öncelikle davetimizi kabul edip geldikleri için kendilerinden teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Almanya ile Türkiye arasındaki ilişkiler çok tarihi temellere dayanır. Biz birlikte aynı ittifak içerisinde savaşmışız. Sonra Almanya sanayileşme devrini gerçekleştirirken aynı zamanda bizim Türkiye'den işçileri kabul etmiş ve onları bağırlarına basmışlardır. Bu meyanda kendilerinden gördüğümüz destek üzerine şunu da fark ettik. Nasıl Türkiye ile Almanya arasında bir birliktelik var, Azerbaycan'la Almanya arasında bir birlikteliği burada görülmüş olduk. İnşallah bundan sonra daha güzel projelerle Azerbaycan-Almanya ilişkilerinde daha da fazla kuvvetlenmeler, daha da fazla güçlenmeler meydana gelecektir. O yüzden ben kendilerine tekrar Qafqaz Üniversitesi'ne geldiği için teşekkür ediyor, saygılarımı sunuyorum. Kendilerini kürsüye davet ediyorum.
very comfortable. It's overwhelming. When I entered the hall with your rector, you clapped, you applauded. I presume it was to greet your rector, but I'm also very pleased. Let me tell you, now that you have seen how old I am, that I know it's difficult for you to listen to old people. And I'm going to keep it short so that you will have the possibility to talk. If one listens to a diplomat, then one might remember there are lots of sayings about diplomats, and two of them are particularly important. The world's most famous diplomat in the 18th century, Talleyrand, French foreign minister and French bishop, said once when he was asked, how do you find a good diplomat? What are the qualities of a good diplomat? He said, don't be too zealous. Do not try to achieve too much. And the modern saying of a diplomat, what qualifies a good diplomat is that you never meet him on his desk. A diplomat is supposed to be someone who is around in the country, meeting people, listening, talking to them. You might remember that recently a colleague of mine, the American ambassador, went to a university, answered some questions, and after the questions, a storm broke loose, and she had to defend what she said. So, the first recommendation to a diplomat, don't be overzealous, is still very important for us today. If we go to universities and talk to students, we expect to talk to students and not to the press. So allow me to ask you, is there press in this hall who is going to report word for word what I'm going to say? Because then I will talk differently. Well, let's presume there's no press. And just a few people. Just maybe a couple of people. And you know, you have come to listen to the German ambassador to talk on the slide is gone, to talk on bilateral relations. If you talk on bilateral relations, then we will immediately start with the past, because every relationship builds on a certain basis. The basis for us is the German move 1820 to the Caucasus. At that time, after the Napoleonic Wars in Europe, many areas of Germany were not only poor, they suffered from religious intolerance. And at the same time, the Russian Tsar had invited the German settlers to come and help him settle Russia. So 1820, almost 20,000 Germans started on the long trek and finally landed in a place which you might know under a different name. It was called Elisaveta, which is today Gage. And they settled there. And they were, after a while, quite successful. They made friends, and they were accepted in this very tolerant family of a nation, the Azerbaijans. Stalin did away with the Germans even before the Nazis attacked the Soviet Union. But I hear frequently that this not only was an episode, it was an episode which was quite dear to the Azerbaijani nation. And therefore, we have on the side of Azerbaijan a certain goodwill. But the same way you have a basis in Germany. This basis is your culture. Some of the most famous poets are Azerbaijani. Some of them wrote in Azeri, some of them in Farsi, much before our time. And they were famous in Germany. They were translated in continental Europe, first in Germany, published, and they have made a great impact in Germany. So you have a basis on which you can build your relations in my country, and we have a basis on which we can build the relations in your country. And both these bases are of a friendly nature. So that is really a good principle to start from. Today, bilateral relations are being measured in several fields. The most important, of course, is the political field. And in the political field, success is measured by political visits. Now, you might be aware that your president was in Germany in the last 4 years 3 times. That is unusual, highly unusual. I think no other head of state came to our country 3 times in a few years. And he was in Germany in November last year and in February this year. And in February this year, I have gone with him together, and I can tell you this was a major political success. President Aliyev is an extraordinary ambassador for his country. He can capture an audience, and he can capture a small audience and a big audience. He gave a speech to a hall which was bigger than this and full, far above 300 people. And not students, there were people from all walks of life. And he walked up onto the podium and spoke freely. He is so well prepared, he does not need a manuscript. He is so well prepared, he can field any question which comes. And he is so well prepared that he can convince people of his views and his vision. His success in a big hall was outstanding. His success with small people, the small groups, his political counterparts was as good. He made a very deep impression. The weekend after he had gone back to Baku, the German foreign minister and I came to see him again because the foreign minister had come to the coast. And Mr. Aliyev said that was a good visit, a very good visit. And I hope it should serve as an impulse to the development of our bilateral relations. And I can see that the impulse given by the political and successful visit of the President to Germany can be felt in many fields of life. The political relations between our countries are therefore excellent. And like everything which is excellent needs to be